NVIDIA and AMD are both dropping some news on each of their own upscaling technologies over the last week around Gamescom time. And on top of that, AMD has announced 2 new GPUs in their 7000 series lineup to fill in the massive gap between their top level and their bottom level GPU lines, aiming directly at the mid-level gaming market. Hi, this is Leo from TechLine PCs, but before we dive into those insights, this video is brought to you by us over at TechLinePCs.com, where you can check out our store for custom mid-range builds along with our consolation page, where you can fill in whether you'd like an upgrade, a new build, a pre-built PC, along with a budget, and we'll work with you on the PC of your choice. Check us out again over at TechLinePCs.com. Now we'll start off first with NVIDIA, as they don't have much in terms of news this time around, but it's still pretty big, especially for someone out there that's still utilizing a 20 series GPU. NVIDIA's proprietary upscaling technology, DLSS or Deep Learning Supersampling, will be getting another upgrade down the line, being named DLSS 3.5. Now this new version of Deep Learning Supersampling will be the first time that they're going to utilize this technology on older GPUs. Now previously, DLSS was exclusive to the 30 series graphics card and higher, with DLSS 3.0 only working for the 40 series GPUs out there. But DLSS 3.5 boasts a major improvement in the upscaling tech, specifically when it comes to using ray tracing technology, and is even compatible with their 20 series of GPUs, which if we take a quick gander over at the August 2023 Steam hardware survey, it seems that there are still at least 9% of gamers that are utilizing this platform that are still using the 20 series of graphics cards, which means that you still get to squeeze just a little bit more life out of your aged 5-year-old GPUs. Now the really cool thing about this, in my opinion, is that this may be the fix that we've been looking for, especially when it comes to games that'll be using the system of RTX Remix. Now in my previous video regarding Half-Life 2 with RTX, I commented on how games like Portal with RTX ran absolutely abysmal if you weren't running anything like DLSS 3 and a 40 series GPU. But it looks like this technology is going to be implemented in Portal RTX. And they did show a tiny clip of its existence, but no real performance numbers or hardware mentioned used in the clip. They also mentioned that this tech will be included in everyone's favorite GPU ball-kicking benchmark game currently, Cyberpunk 2077, with their upcoming Phantom Liberty DLC update, as well as an upcoming sequel to Alan Wake and Control, Alan Wake 2. So go ahead and stay tuned for more info as we dive into those games and examine that tech in the future when that's released. Now speaking of folks with the 20 series of graphics card, you know who's actually looking out to get you guys? AMD, who also during Gamescom have officially unveiled 2 new GPUs for you to fawn over that'll be released very soon, this week actually, the RX 7700 XT and the RX 7800 XT, which is going to be filling in the massive gap between the 7900 XT and the 7600 of graphics card that they have in their current lineup of GPUs. AMD is finally introducing a mid-tier lineup aimed at 1440p gaming at 60 FPS. Knowing full well that most gamers upgrade every other generation, they compared it to mid-level cards from 2 generations ago, namely the RTX 2070 Super by NVIDIA and their own RX 5700 XT, which by their own accord is going to almost double the performance in select titles. Now, comparing the 2 cards, we can see that there's a bit of a gap in terms of specs. The RX 7800 XT is coming in with more compute units, more RT cores, more AI accelerators, though a lower game clock and boost clock, but this is normal considering how many more cores there's going to be. And on top of that, a whopping 4 gigabytes more of video memory and a higher memory bandwidth. The 7800 is looking to be quite the leap in performance above the 7700 XT. However, what doesn't really make any sense here is the pricing. The 7700 XT is being introduced at $450 US, whereas the 7800 XT is being introduced at $500 US. At a $50 difference, there doesn't really seem much of a point in the 7700 XT, considering the vast difference in performance that $50 will get you if you jump up to the next tier of the 7800. If anything, it would make a lot more sense if the 7700 XT were to fall in line with last generation 6700 XT, hitting a market of about $350 US, especially when you're considering that their current low-end card, the 7600, is nestled at the price of $260. So there's going to be a multi-$100 gap between the 7600 and the 7700. And it's not like a price drop is something out of the realm of possibility. AMD has done this before with the 7900 XT, not the XTX model. Now, they ended up dropping its price from its bonkers high $900 price tag, and you could find it for under $800 at this point in time. Not to mention that at $500, it's in direct competition with last generation 6800 XT, which is still a very fine graphics card to use, and it will probably also end up seeing a price drop due to newer cards that are being released. And that's not all that AMD has to offer in the pipeline, as they're also going to be rolling out the red carpet for their latest version of their upscaling technology, FSR, which is going to be rolling with FSR 3.0, AMD's answers to NVIDIA's DLSS 3 frame generation technology. So far, the only games that we know that are going to be using this is Forspoken, and another game that's going to be out there. It's going to be fully compatible with a lot of GPUs, starting from their own 5000 series up to NVIDIA's 20 series of GPUs and up. It's also going to be compatible with modern game consoles, namely the Xbox Series X and S consoles, but I assume that it will also apply to the PlayStation 5 and everyone's favorite handheld gaming PCs, the Steam Deck and ROG Ally. Now, AMD during their Gamescom presentation about these cards didn't really give us too much in terms of gameplay footage, just a couple of slides and clips, with of course we had to kind of take with a bit of skepticism as they're providing their own numbers on this. But this new tech is going to start rolling out with DX11 and DX12 compatible titles starting this fall. So let me know what you folks think out there about these major NVIDIA and AMD announcements. What games are you looking forward to with the DLSS 3.5 and FSR3 support? And are you running a 20 series graphic card still, or an RX 5000 series GPU and thinking that this might be the good nudge for you to finally move over to a newer GPU? Or is this upscaling technology that's coming out there just helping you hold on just a little bit longer on those older graphics cards? Let me know in the comments below, and until next time, this is Leo signing out.